Hello everybody and welcome back to This Week in Halo, the Halo video that catches you up with everything Halo related this week. It's been an interesting 7 days for the Halo franchise, and we might even have some Bungie CEO news that has come out in the last 24 hours. From the Helldivers 2 crossover reveal to the Master Chief Collection still not working on an entire platform. Like, come on Halo Studios, what are you guys doing? There's updates about future Halo games and the platforms they'll be on, as well as at long last a brand new creative director for Halo has been hired. An example of a former creative director is Joe Staten. The big news is that in the last 24 hours, Pete Parsons, Bungie studio head, who has been at the studio since Combat Evolved, has announced he'll be leaving. This is This Week in Halo. Let's get into the video. So first up today, and let's start with some positive news, the Helldivers 2 Halo crossover goes live August 26th, with Xbox joining the fight. Arrowhead, the Helldivers developers, posted a map of when the update will go live for you, so I'll put it on screen now, and I gotta say, I am excited. I'll have a special video out for it, but the weapons look beautiful. 4 iconic Halo weapons, 2 ODST armor sets, capes, vehicle skins, you name it. The most notable thing you need to know about this is that for the first time in Helldivers 2, stealth is being added with this update. The ODST weaponry will have their silence suppressed attachments for the SMG and the pistol. This will allow users to sneak through the battlefield if you don't want to go in guns blazing. For me, it just goes to show you don't need to reinvent the wheel. These gun models are iconic, and I hope the one-shot Halo shotgun returns for future games. Now, speaking of return weaponry, we have Halo Infinite, and the rumored new weapon for the next season is the light rifle. We're entering the 10-year anniversary timeframe for Halo 5 Guardians. Fireteam Osiris, Agent Locke, and his gang have already been seen in the files, and we know Forgers are working on Warzone. Whether that comes to matchmaking is unknown, but with the new menu system, Forgers very well may make a faithful recreation of the mode. The light rifle was seen in the code via leakers earlier this year, and it's the final weapon that came with said leaks that has not come to the game so far. It's hard to believe, by the way, they were already almost in September. Where has this year gone? We've had the MA5K, which is the SMG, the Fuel Rod, the Mutilator, which is the double barrel shotgun, the Carbine, and for Halo 5's 10th anniversary, I'd wager the light rifle will be the gun to join the lineup. I do have to say, I hope more fun weaponry are on the way, say a brute shot or a concussion rifle. The Infinite sandbox seems to be filled with precision-based starting weapons, so some extra variety would be appreciated. Next up today, we have the Master Chief Collection, and I'm spreading awareness about this because literally, last time I mentioned it, so many of you like, Remy, I had no idea this was a thing, so thank you. I saw community members also this week trying to get Halo Studios to even acknowledge this, so I figured me using my platform is the best thing I can do to help. The Master Chief Collection on the Microsoft Store doesn't let you play matchmaking. It's been like this since February, and even with thousands, and I mean thousands of players trying to get any sort of update from the developers, we've heard nothing. Like at this point, what else can we do as a community? You guys can spread awareness, I can mention it as much as I can, but that's an entire platform of a collection that's being sold that literally has a game-breaking issue, and nothing's being done. If you do own the Microsoft Store version of Halo the Master Chief Collection and you want to play matchmaking, you'll need to join someone from the Steam or Xbox versions of the game. Then you should be able to play. It's a shitty workaround, but it's the only one you can do for the time being. As a very quick side note, if you are a fan of classic Halo this week, the guys over at the Classic Halo Hub, they released a brand new DLC on the original Halo 2. All of the Halo 2 Vista maps, or all the maps from Halo 2 as DLC that are on the Master Chief Collection, well, they've been downported into the original Halo 2. The guys over there are running game nights, so if you want to try it out, I'll leave all of the information you need to play in the description below. All of the Halo 2 Vista DLC maps are now available on the original Halo 2. Moving on from that, we have the next generation of Halo games, Unreal Halo, and thanks to Grunt API, and at long last, the original Xbox One and previous gen hardware will not be supported for the next Halo game. The only Xboxes that will be supported for the new Unreal Halos will be the Xbox Series S and X, and to that I say thank God. Just making Halo Infinite's open world campaign, if you want to call it that, on the original Xbox One seemed like a horrible decision to me. I'm glad we're moving on now, but I do think it should have happened one game ago. In terms of things you guys haven't seen, and I think you'll find this particularly interesting, during the Halo 5 era, there were fully completed versions of Guardians and Narrows completed to a dev quality level. X343 developer and ex-Halo Pro Ghost Yami said this week there were Guardian and Narrows remakes remakes completely finished, ready to ship post-launch Halo 5, maybe 2017, but they shelved them for Infinite. The original artist worked tirelessly to recreate them, even down to the non-playable spaces like the wheel under Narrows. It was a true Halo fan level of detail that I will never forget. I am still genuinely bitter that no one ever got to see them, let alone play them. That's just crazy to me that we had finished content for Halo 5 that never saw the light of day. But even then, with Halo Infinite and the massive content drought that game had, why were they not used? I mean, surely this is a no-brainer, right? People would love a dev quality version of Guardian and Narrows. It's not the first time beautiful Halo renditions of maps haven't made it to retail, as I believe the Halo 3 remake of Lockout is one of, if not the most beautiful version of the map. Ghosty Army went on to say they were shelved because it didn't make sense to leadership to push out new maps 3 years after launch. That old leadership, guys, of 343, my god, there are so many things I could say. I've said them all before. I'm glad they're not around anymore. Ghosty Army finished by saying, so instead, they wanted to save those maps for Halo Infinite content. They were done. Yes, but regardless, the QA process is one of the cheaper parts of AAA FPS level design. All I'm going to say is come on. If they're done, there's literally no reason not to use them, especially with Infinite releasing kit bash style content in 2025. This brings us to the big news of the day. We have two big personnel changes, one at Halo and one at Bungie, so let's break them both down. We've got a lot to talk about here. First of all, at Halo Studios, after over a year of searching, they have finally found a new creative director. An example of a past creative director was Joe Staten, and we all know what Joe Staten brought to the franchise. A man by the name John J.J. Williams has been given the major position, and he has work history on both Apex Legends and Call of Duty as a part of Raven Software. It'll be interesting to see what he brings to the franchise, as he has a history of working with battle royales. I still feel as though a large player count game mode is on the way for Halo. That's pure speculation, but I just have this really strong feeling. On the Bungie side of things, and this is the big news of today, the Bungie CEO that everybody has wanted fired for so many years has finally announced that he is stepping down. As soon as Sony stepped in to remove Bungie's independence, I had a feeling this was coming. Fast forward to a week later, and an official press release announces that Pete Parsons will be leaving Bungie. The man has been a developer at Bungie since the old Halo days, all the way since Combat Evolved, but his decisions as a leader have been horrible to say the least when it comes to Destiny and Marathon. From spending millions on personal vehicles or cutting jobs from tenured employees, to making brain-dead decisions and to even tanking one of his own company's DLCs. People have been calling for Pete Parsons to go for a very long time. Whether this is the first of a large batch of leadership changes at Bungie remains to be seen, but with Sony absorbing the studio, removing Bungie's independence, and making it into a PlayStation Studios subsidiary, more changes might be on the way, especially because the Sony CEO said themselves that this was an ongoing process. And with that, that's this week in Halo. The Helldivers 2 crossover is very exciting. It goes live in a few days of this video going up. I have the flu currently, so I've been taking it easy, but once I'm over it, I'll be back to my usual upload schedule. Really hope that Halo MCC, the Master Chief Collection, gets fixed, and that Halo Infinite, before Halo Studios moves on, releases those Narrows and Guardian remakes that are dev quality. It would be a shame to not use them. In any case, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.
Hail Mary. Perfect.